Hey guys, how are you all? So let's start the story. Jimin looked at Yoongi and then he looked into another side. Yoongi, what happened? Jimin signed as no. Yoongi, tell me. Jimin, nothing. Yoongi, why you are behaving like this, huh? Jimin looked at him. Jimin, she said it's true. Yoongi, oh my, you are still is on that thing. Jimin, I ask you something. Yoongi, yeah, it's true. Jimin, and you do. Yoongi, no. They think to do our direct. Jimin, if I don't come, your life you do. Jimin, maybe. Jimin see him and stand up. Jimin, what? Yoongi, are you for real? Yoongi, Jimin, the situation is like this. Jimin, what situation, huh? My dad come now and take me. You let me go, huh? Yoongi, your dad is CEO. We don't have any, so Jimin, wow, I understand. He said, and go in the room. Hey, don't do this. Yoongi, I to see his face. He looked more cute and fluffy. Hey, and he may be Yoongi. I talk with him. Hey, why don't you do with him? Hey, Yoongi. Hey, actually, we are already. Hey, what? She is shocked. Really? Jimin nodded. Jimin nodded. Everyone is so happy as their lecture is free. Mhm. Oh, thank God. Our lecture is free. पता नहीं. Our lecture is free. Jimin. Seriously, notes and here I think to go canteen. Jimin, it's good if we go library. Jay about to speak, but his phone start ringing. Jay Jungkook. Jay attend the call and he talk. Jimin, what he said. Jay, he and Yoongi is coming here as their lecture is also free. Jimin, Yoongi is coming here. It's good if I go. Jay, come on, Jimin. He don't said anything. Jimin, you know he's and moreover he always me. Jay, it's okay. You don't go anywhere. He said, and Jimin sighed. Huh? Huh? Then they start to wait. That's Jungkook and Jimin come. Uh, Yoongi, hey Jimin, my name is Jimin. Yoongi, I know. Jimin, call me Jimin. It's Spark. Yoongi, but soon to be Min, right? Jimin, huh? Why? I'm wasting my time. He sighed, and Yoongi chuckled. They start to talk. Yoongi eyes is on Jimin, and Jimin nods well. It's normal for Jimin, so he don't said anything. JK, so guys, you come with us on the dinner. Jimin, I am ready. Jay, me too. Yoongi, okay then let's meet in night. He said, and at him he go. Leave shocked Jimin. Jungkook and Jay shocked JK. You know you. Jimin, he's just passing his like he do with others, so I don't care. He said, and he picked his bag. Okay, चलो इसमें रह गए. Pick his bag. Pick his bag. And his pick his bag. Go. JK, he's really like this. Jay nodded. JK, okay then. I give this information to Yoongi of college, and Jimin is the shy person. Like he's not, but still he put glasses and also don't talk with anyone. Always studies and baggy clothes. Yoongi Jimin so much and think he is just passing them like he do with others, but Yoongi is not, and Jimin is the first year student. Their finals is just 1 month far, and Yoongi is final year student. He Jimin when he see him first time, but as Jimin see behind him and the other things. So he decided he don't talk with Yoongi. Jimin is the son of CEO, but he don't care about all this. They all come. They all come in the restaurant. Jimin still don't come. Yoongi is feeling bored. Yoongi Jimin don't come. Jay. I asked him if he wants I pick him, but he said he come with his driver. He said and Yoongi sign. Then he heard the voice. Jimin, sorry guys for coming late. Yoongi, it's okay. He hurriedly look up and see him. Jimin sign to see him and he sit on the bed chair. Yoongi, why you come late, Jimin? Dad? He stopped and looked at Yoongi. He then looked at Jimin. Dad said he dropped me. That's why. Oh, I drop you when we go home. Jimin nodded. Yoongi, if you want, I also do this. Jimin, thank you so much. My best friend is here. He said, and Yoongi put his hand dramatically. Jimin looking down and smiled. Jackie, okay, now tell me what you all like to eat. Jimin saying, Jimin, if he is here to use his phone, why he come, huh? He think and then he talk with Jane. 30 minutes pass. Their food come. Yoongi is still busy in the phone. Jaehyung, do the dinner. Yoongi just romance Jimin. See him. Jimin, whom he is talking. He is taking too much time. He think and they all start to do the dinner. JK, what you are doing on your phone? Yoongi, I see a lady on the road. She was and she is not. So I said, Mom, she take her. I pay the bill. Just talking with mom. Do you pay? Why? Yoongi, she don't have Jay feeling and Jimin see him. Jimin in mind. He's that much kind, he think, and they do the dinner together. After that they talk and now it's time to go. Yoongi and Jungkook both Jay and could go. Jimin said his dad come to pick him. He started to wait for his dad, so Yoongi also stayed there. He come out from the restaurant and started to wait for his dad. He come outside, Jimin. Why you are not going? Yoongi, I go after you. Jimin sign. Jimin, please, Yoongi, don't do this. I know you don't me. Yoongi, how you said this? Jimin, because it's true. So please, alone and go, Yoongi. But Jimin, go, he said, and Yoongi see him. Jimin always do this, but he don't know when Yoongi, okay, he said, and he go from there. Jimin see him and sighed. Jimin, I don't, especially on you. He sat there, and then a group of the come. Jimin see them. They are almost, and she become to see them. He standing. The boys see him. One boy go and talk with him. It's not good to stand here. Um, he said. Then Jimin see him. Jimin go from here. His hand, hold his hand. But the second come. Jimin, now he's why he sent Yoongi. Jimin, please, he said, and they were about when someone come. Jimin from them. Jimin see and shocked. He know who is he. Yoongi, you how you do this? He said, and he started to them. There, Jimin see and his eyes widen. He never think this Yoongi is them without any. And then Jimin eyes more widen when he see one boy have Jimin Yoongi. He said, and you already. And the poor one. Jimin went to Yoongi. Jimin Yoongi. Yoongi और once again मेरा टेक्स्ट बच गया. यार ये जो टेक्स्ट मेरा बच जाता है ना, ये मुझे बड़ा होता है कि ये मेरा क्यों बचा. बट हम क्या कर सकते हैं, बच गया तो बच गया यार, क्या कर सकते हैं. वेल लिव इट. सो वॉइस ओवर मेरा काफ़ी लंबा है. वेल Yoongi, you okay? Is I see to see him. He still care for him, even his own eyes. Jimin, stand up, we go. He said and make him sit on the bench. He don't know what to do. Then he go inside and call the hotel manager. He explained everything, and the manager called his and said them Jimin is because of Yoongi isn't. Hmm. Hmm. They take him, remove the Yoongi stay there for some days, and Jimin don't come to meet him. Means he come home, but he don't go in the room. Now they shift him in the home. His mom go out for some work. Jungkook come. JK J also come, and he said and stop Yoongi, and the door open. Jimin the door open, and open the door. He come in the room. Jimin looking down. Yoongi see him. He sit on the bed. Jimin looking down. Jungkook signed Tae to come outside, and they both go. They both go. Jimin don't know they go, and he stand there looking down, and he is Yoongi seeing him. He went to him and stand in front of him. Jimin is, and Yoongi is staring him. Jimin. Jimin close his eyes, and he start, and Yoongi start to calm him. Yoongi, don't. Jimin, I am sorry. It's because of me. Yoongi, it's okay. Jimin, Yoongi, it's you. Yoongi, no, but it's me, he said, and she point on his. He see him with shiny eyes. How can he him that much? Yoongi thought to change his mood. Yoongi, but still, I said this. Jimin, he said, and Yoongi is shocked. Yoongi, huh? Jimin, Yoongi, I realize. He said, and again, Yoongi, really? Jimin nodded, and he smiled. He is so happy. hold his hand and said, Yoongi, you don't know how much I am happy. Why don't you? Why don't they? Jimin see him and his sign. Then looking down, he smiled. Yoongi up his and they both. Hmm. Okay. So finally, the text is about over. Yoongi, thank you so much. I am so happy. Jimin smile and then JK take come. JK, hey guys, you both talk. Yoongi, I am so happy today, he said, and he met with Jungkook. Tae went to Jimin. Tae, you said yes? Jimin nodded and looking down. They all are so happy. They spent a lot of time together, and in this time, Yoongi asks on Che, now let's go, Jimin. Jimin, yeah, Dad must be waiting for me. He take his bag when Yoongi hold his hand. Jimin look at Jae and Jungkook. They smile and go from there. Jimin Yoongi, it's so. Yoongi, so what, huh? I don't care. I just know one thing. I am so happy today. Jimin, now take rest also and don't come university for some days, okay? Yoongi, you promise you. See. Also don't go. Jimin, okay. I don't go without you. Anything else? Yoongi seeing him. Yoongi, don't go. Jimin sees as Jimin come at my home and ask for me from my dad. He said and he stand up. He about to go when he turn again. He come and on his forehead. Hmm. Jimin come home. Today he is so happy. He see his dad is sit with his friends. He said hello to them and he go. He don't like to sit in gathering as he stay mostly. After some time his friends go. Jimin come out. He see his dad. Jimin, why they come, Dad? Mr. Park, come sit here. I tell you. Jimin sits beside his dad and he smile. Mr. Park, Mr. Park, now you are almost 18 years old. You start to go university. Also, and as you said, you don't handle my business. Jimin nodded. Mr. Park, so I want you get. So I give my all business to you. Jimin smiled as he know Yoongi never take Jimin. It's my if my don't want this then Mr. Park who don't want all this Jimin just imagine that Mr. Park you no need to think about this son Jimin he is a good boy and also handle business Jimin stand up Jimin what that Mr. Park yes and his eyes turn Jimin you don't even ask me Mr. Park this is my decision Jimin and I know you don't said no Jimin, but dad, as someone, Mr. Park seeing him, and also stand up. Mr. Park, who is he? Jimin looking down. Jimin, he is my class fellow. Mr. Park, what his parents do? Jimin, he don't have. Jimin and his mom do job. Mr. Park, What job he's from? Family? Jimin nodded. Jimin, that not. As you can call, he's from a normal family. Mr. Park, no way, Jimin. Said no to him. Jimin, please, Dad. Mr. Park, he said, and he go from there. He sit on the ground. He sit on the ground. हाँ, चुप कर जाओ. Sit on the ground. Jimin, this this is why I don't want to say yes to Yoongi, but you make me behind. You easily said, and his ears and his is continuously rolling from his eyes. He see his phone and Yoongi number. Jimin, I want to meet you now. Can we meet in a cafe? He cut the call and his sign. He about to go, mate, come with sir. Where are you going? At this Jimin come in the garden and they thought to go at some cafe. But as you know, if someone see him with Yoongi in the cafe, they tell his dad and he don't want so now. He think to meet Yoongi in the garden. Yoongi come, he see Jimin sit on the bench. Yoongi Jimin. Jimin look up, he see him. Jimin Yoongi come sit, he said, and Yoongi sit beside him. Jimin, how is your hand now? Yoongi, you call me to ask this? Jimin sign as no. Yoongi, it's fine. Tell me why you call me here. Jimin, I know it just now we and it's made too. Yoongi, tell me, Jimin. Don't think too much. Jimin look at him. Jimin, my dad fixed man with his friend's son. He said then Yoongi see him, his eyes turn. Yoongi don't okay we think about this Jimin and he don't listen him start Yoongi Jimin when I am here why you are doing this don't he said and Jimin looked at him. Jimin now what we do Yoongi start to think as Jimin father is CEO. What he can do? Jimin is staring him. Yoongi, will you meet Jimin? He said suddenly and Jimin is shocked. He don't know what he said and he just nodded. Yoongi, let's get first, then I tell you what we do. Jimin nodded. Yoongi, if you have any, tell me. Jimin sign as no. Yoongi, Jimin, everything is fine until you are here. He said, and Yoongi places on his forehead and and Jimin close his eyes. And then both look at each other. Yoongi, he go from there to right there. Their new and their happiness and their new and their hmm. And then they get Jimin is not Park Jimin now. He is Min Jimin. Jimin is walking in the room. As he said, he come and talk with him with his dad and Jimin said him no but he don't listen him. He said him he agree him but as he don't know Mr. Park and today Jimin according to Mr. Park is coming is also coming so Jimin is so nervous. Mr. Park is in the living room. Mr. Park come in the living room. Mr. Park, go and get ready. Jimin, Dad, I said you. I don't want to him, Mr. Park. And I said you with him, and it's final. Jimin, no way, Dad. Mr. Park speaks something, and mate come. Mate, sir, someone is here to meet you. Jimin, think maybe Yoongi come. Mr. Park sent him. He last time looked at Jimin, who looked into another side. Mr. Park, we talk later. Raised his eyebrow. Mr. Park, we know each other. Jimin, he's Yoongi dad, the boy. He said, and Mr. Park see him and make off face. So yeah, Mr. Park, no, he's Yoongi, and he call him. He said him. He don't tell Jimin, and Yoongi do as he said. Mr. Park, come sit, Mr. Min. Jimin shocked to see his dad, and Jimin sit and Yoongi sit. Jimin sit beside Jimin sit beside him. Jimin, what he is doing? Jimin, Yoongi, I don't know. Mr. Park, Jimin, go in the room. Jimin, but Yoongi, Jimin, go in the room. He said, and Jimin son. He go in the room. Mr. Park, so Mr. Min. So Mr. Min, care to explain why you my son? Yoongi, I don't him. Then what's the Mr. Park, the is this? Look at your Mr. Min and see him. You are not even able. He make you his Jimin, but he make me. Don't. I don't want to do anything. The simple thing is this, Jimin, and I want to him. With your permission, with each other, I always make your son happy, Mr. Park. Happy, huh? Really? You see yourself? You can't even to his slipper, and you said this, Yoongi. I don't let your son just slave without Mr. Park. Him, Mr. Min, otherwise it's not good, Yoongi. Oh, okay. Now, if you come on this tone, then tell me what you do. Yoongi know how to talk with his elders, but at least don't this, Mr. Park. You have mother, right? If something, Yoongi, Mr. Park, and Jimin is not my, he's my brother's son, and is also his. You know what, huh? I don't even bother to him and take all this. Hmm. And take all this is on you. Yoongi see him how much he's Mr. Park. Now go from here, Mr. Yoongi stand up. Yoongi for now. I am going. But Mr. Park, remember this is my this he's my if you want you still can't do his he said and go from there. Mr. Park see him and become Jimin do well why he is caring. If Jimin don't he have I ईमान कितना हो गया ईमान कितनी देर दी वीडियो बनी मेरा 30 अगला टैक्सी शुरू करूँगी अब Yoongi and after that he stopped Jimin. Jimin come to meet me and I tell him everything. Expect this. He is not his. Hey, it's mean you both are. Yoongi nodded. Yoongi, no one know. about this. After that, hey, I wait for him too long. I tell my mom, but I don't tell her. He's my and she literally started to Jimin. And this is my biggest I did. Hey, I am from this now. Hey, smile. Hey, Yoongi. It's okay. Now you both are. So make everything alright. Yoongi nodded. Yoongi, I will, hey. Now I don't him. And if his father again try to me, I have the way here. What Jimin Yoongi. Okay, so खत्म होने वाला है. Yoongi, I will. You just wait and watch him. Okay, now go and talk with him. Jimin Yoongi smiled and nodded. I am going, he said, and go. He see him, and her eyes turn. She wipe her and smile. Hey, maybe in another you will be. Yoongi, I wait for you, she said, and go in her room. Yoongi come in the room and he see Jimin looking outside. He smiled and went to him. Third last scene. Jimin don't know Yoongi come Yoongi. Jimin didn't react nor even turn. Yoongi sorry. Jimin go from here. Yoongi okay, he said and he back. Jimin turned to see him. He is shocked. He saw to him. Yoongi saw is at his Jimin heard and his eyes more widened. He looked into another side, Yoongi up his, and both looked into each other's eyes. Yoongi both look into each other's eyes. Yoongi अच्छा तो ये अगला जो टेक्स्ट है ना इस पर भी मेरा वॉइस ओवर नहीं होना इस पर भी वॉइस ओवर ऐसे जाना है Yoongi look at him Yoongi look at me Jimin look at him Yoongi sorry Jimin again look into another side Yoongi on the side of his Yoongi sorry he said and Jimin still didn't give him any response Yoongi places and Jimin. Okay, so the next text I don't do the voiceover on the next text. Finally, 10 minutes voiceover are left. I'm so happy. यार टाइम भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा हो गया वैसे ये मेरा बस टेक्स्ट गुजर जाए मुझे और कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए I coming on the 3 lines. It's okay, everything become alright. My subscriber is getting down day by day. I don't know what happened, but I know that helped me. So I like this room so much as the room is simple but cute. It's good if you go somewhere in hotel you can go. Okay, so him earlier. Yoongi Jimin are you? He said and Yoongi chuckled. Yoongi well if you don't me. I am still in benefit, he said and Jimin chuckled Jimin really? Yoongi yes ma'am. Jimin you are Mr. Min? Yoongi I know Mr. Min. Jimin what you said to your mom. Now 10 seconds voiceover left. Okay, after the shot, he changed the situation. Yoongi what simply I tell her you are uh, Jimin really? Yoongi nodded. Yoongi Or what I said, huh? Jimin, you said this, Yoongi, yes. And then someone come, Yoongi, and then someone come. Hey, I am so. But guys, someone is here to meet Jimin. Jimin look at Yoongi. Yoongi, we are coming here. And okay, come fast, otherwise your mom. She said and chuckled. Yoongi also smiled and he looked at Jimin, who is looking like him. Yoongi come. Jimin sign as no. Jimin, no, I don't. Yoongi come and hide your also. He said and Jimin see him and he make a pout. Then Yoongi go out to see who come, and Jimin start to think what he do with his with this. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Yoongi come out. He see Mrs. Min is still. Mr. Park, why he sent his son here, and the outside and the other things. Yoongi come and he said his mom to stay silent. He see Mr. Park. Yoongi, you are here, Mr. Park. Mr. Park, I am here to take. This is the second last thing. To take my son. Yoongi, your son is not here, huh? But ma is here. Mr. Park, Yoongi, don't do this. Yoongi, I do this, Mr. Park, and it's good you go. He said, and Mr. Park become Yoongi. I know, Mr. Park, you just want for his Mr. Park. When you know, then why you are coming in all this, huh, Mr. Min Yoongi? Yoongi, because now it's about my, he said, and Mr. Park about to speak when Jimin come. Mr. Park, Jimin son, are you okay? Jimin nodded. Jimin, why you come here, Dad? Mr. Park, I'm here to take you, my son, please, he said, and he looking down. Mrs. Min seeing him. Mrs. Min is seeing everything. Mr. Park, Min Yoongi, remember this. I do on you, he said, and about to go when Yoongi stopped him. Yoongi, stay for some minutes, Mr. Park. I will show you something, he said, and Mr. Park seemed he's on the recording of 2 years ago. Everyone heard and shocked, even Jimin also. Okay, so he got to know he's not his real Yoongi, and now also he on the Mr. Park. You don't do this, Yoongi. I do, Mr. Park. If you again try to come in, Jimin, remember this, and even try to him. Remember Min Yoongi have for he said and Mr. Park girl. Jimin chat. Mr. Park look at him. Jimin, you are not my. Where is my parents? Mr. Park. Your parents? Your parents? Jimin closed his eyes. You, Mr. Park, looking down. What he said, he don't even give him. He is here just for the Mr. Park. I don't come in here again. You are not my. He is here just for his. Sorry, this is the third last text. Yeah, this is the third last text. Mr. Park. Oh, sorry, third last scene. Mr. Park, I don't come in here. He said and he go from there. He may not his, but still, Jimin stay with him. Jimin sit on the. He so many things today. Mr. Park. Oh my, I am tired. Mr. Park. Hmm. Mr. Min seeing him. She is feeling for him. Yoongi went to him. Yoongi, come with me. He take with him. He take with him, and Mrs. Min see them and then look at her. Hey, I said you, auntie, stay happy, she said, and Mrs. Min see her and then start to think. He smile as she know what is going to happen. तेरा खत्म हो गया? Yoongi take Jimin in the room. Jimin sit on the bed. Jimin look at him. Yoongi, it's okay. Jimin, I'll steal him. He is my dad, Yoongi. Yoongi, I know. Jimin, Yoongi, can you him for what he did? Yoongi, you do. Jimin nodded. Yoongi, me too. And after some days, we go to meet him. Or okay? Jimin nodded hurriedly and Yoongi him. Yoongi, no more expect in, he said, and Jimin chuckled. And then the door knocked. Mrs. Min come with the glass of juice. Yoongi see his mom and shocked to kya. Yoongi see Mrs. Min go and sit beside Jimin. Simba नहीं कमरे च Simba ਨੂੰ कौन लिया मैं तो बाहर कटिया सी Mrs. Min go and sit beside him. Happy you are my, she said, and on his forehead. Mrs. Min, and this is for you. She gave him juice. Mrs. Min, I have surprise for you also. Yoongi, mom, that much? Mrs. Min, you stay silent. You both are already. But I again do your, she said, and this is the second last scene. She said, and Yoongi become happy. She smiled. Mrs. Min, sorry. Yoongi, no, please, don't said this, auntie. Mrs. Min, call me mom. She said, and Mrs. Min, he stand on the side saying all this and smile. Hey, so I start the, she said, and they all chuckled and Mrs. Min nodded. Yoongi and Jimin is so happy. Finally, his dream is going to true. He thinks so many things he do on this, and now his dream is going to true. आया और तो यार वो सो जा रहे यार ईमान एक मिनट रुक जरा मिला दा मेरे बॉल पॉइंट आ देख ये नहीं मैंने इतने रख दिया मैं अपनी बॉल पॉइंट उठा दी थी Park Jimin, did you accept Min Yoongi? Jimin, I do. Did you accept Park Jimin? I do. Jimin chuckled. He signed Yoongi on his forehead, but Yoongi don't listen. And Jimin shocked. Jimin, Yoongi. Oh ho. Jimin later and Jimin, Yoongi. Yoongi. So what, huh? So what, this is, and moreover here, he said, he said, and Jimin look into another side. Everyone want to meet each other. Everyone start to. You can wow, so finally, Yoon, he said, and Mama, he said, and I am so happy, he said, and he met with Jimin. Happiness you can see. की समझावा समझाइए. You can see from Jimin face's pure smile and Jimin dad also come. He asks for and you do. And finally after that they live happily. And same goes to Jimin. Huh? Hope so you all like. If you like then subscribe and tell me in comments. Take care of yourself. Sange. Bye bye. Bye bye.